Hello everyone, Mr. Johnson here, and I thought I'd do some videos since we're all on lockdown and stuck at home. I'm going to do some videos of my working process in my studio. Just going to show you some drawings as I'm working on them, so you can get a glimpse into how I work. So I'm going to start with a little sketchbook piece, and then I'll move on to maybe some paintings. So hopefully these videos will keep you inspired to work on your own artwork. So enjoy. All right, so I am going to do a drawing in my sketchbook today, and I'll let you guys kind of watch what I'm doing. So I have just a regular eraser and a regular old pencil, and we've been we did a whole unit in class on graffiti style art, and that's kind of what I've been doing in my sketchbook, is doing a lot of graffiti pieces. So I want to do something that has to do with kind of the situation we're in right now. So I want to do a piece that's kind of themed on social distancing. I want to do a face in this. I'm going to put a person, and I'm going to put some words. And a lot of times I like to, if I want a certain facial expression, I'll take a picture of myself on my phone with a certain facial expression, and I'll use that as kind of a guide, because it's hard to sometimes come up with just a facial expression in your head. So I'm just going to start by sketching stuff out. And the one thing I say to kids, I find myself saying the most often, is draw lightly at first. So you can always go in and erase if you need to. We're just going to be sketching at first. So I know that I want the face not quite in the center, somewhere off kilter, so right here. So I'm just going to come in here and draw just an oval kind of shape. That's where my face is going to be. Now I want to kind of, I'll just draw a line where the eyes are going to be. The eyes are always right in the center of the face, and then I'll make kind of a center line for the face. So that's where my general face is going to be. He's going to have a hat, so kind of sketching that shape in. There's a little curved line there, and then this is the brim of the hat, and then there's where the top of the hat's going to be. So I'm just kind of sketching stuff out right now. None of these lines are set in stone, so I know that I'm going to want the nose kind of right in here, and I'm going to make the eyes right about here, and I'm exaggerating the features. I'm not trying to draw myself. I'm just using the picture as kind of a guide in terms of the facial expression. So we're going to have a nose right there. Just kind of sketching in some basics here. So this is a good skill to improve, is this kind of idea of sketching. I know that I'm going to want to do the word somewhere in here. Now I have no idea how I'm going to want to do the lettering at this point, so I'm just kind of drawing in the basics of the word right here, just kind of sketching in the letters. So that's the social distance. So I'm going to have the word kind of over here. So now I need to start adding some detail. So I'm going to start, you can start anywhere really, but I'm going to start with the eye. So we want to make the top of the eye. So I'm making a little bit more of a sure line right now, and then we're going to make the bottom of the eye come up kind of like that, and then we're going to do the other side. So there we got two little shapes of the eye. Then I want to exaggerate how big the eyes are, so I'm going to make the actual eyeballs really small at the bottom like that. We'll do them both kind of small. So there's a lot of white of the eye showing, which will help convey that shocked or surprised look. Now we're going to do like kind of an eyelid over the top. There's usually always an eyelid. Well, the good thing about this is I'm going to go over everything with a permanent marker, and that way I can just go and erase all the pencil line really easily later. So we got that, and I'm going to add a little reflection in the eye, and then I'm going to add in a pupil just behind that reflection, right? We want to make him look worried. So worried, angry eyebrows tend to go up at an angle like this. Worried eyebrows will go the other direction. So we want to make like a worried looking eyebrow kind of coming up at an angle. Just some shapes right there for an eyebrow, right? And then we're going to make 2 lines coming down for the bridge of the nose, right in this area, right? And then we're going to add the nose. So I'm going to do kind of the bulb of the nose first, the middle part. And again, I'm exaggerating everything, so we want to make a big old bulb on this nose, right? And then I'm going to make a couple nostrils. So a couple oval or circle shapes, right? And then around those, I'm going to make the part that goes kind of around the nostrils. All right, so there we got a very highly exaggerated nose. I'm going to make a little kind of indent in the bottom of the nose as well. I want to make his mouth kind of turn down. So let's see. So I want to start with a top line for the mouth. So I'm making it kind of curve down in the middle, and then the corners of the mouth I want him to kind of curve down like this. So he's going to look really frightened. And then I'm going to add some teeth. So I'm just going to add the bottom of the teeth. One mistake with teeth that I see, so those are the front teeth, is people make a hard line in between every tooth, which kind of ends up looking like there's big gaps between every teeth. So I like to just I'm just kind of making the bottoms of the teeth like that. And then you can add hints of line in there. Like right here, I'll add kind of the gum coming down right there, and that'll be shaded in. So you can kind of see like some hints of some lines. Maybe I'll make one right there. But I'm not making lines in the middle of each tooth. That always ends up looking kind of strange. All right, I'm not even going to put a top lip on there. I'm going to leave the top lip out, but I might make like just kind of a hint of a bottom lip right there. Now we're going to add the outside of the face. So let's do these like the smile wrinkles first. These lines. They're like the lines when you smile and make a face, kind of these wrinkles. And I'm going to add another one on the outside. All right, now I'm going to add an ear. So this ear will go behind the hat, and I'm going to add like 3 parts to the ear. We'll make the lobe of the ear going out because I have to put in the cheek right here. There's a cheek. And then we're going to hint at some lines inside the ear. So we'll make a line right here, and then maybe the inside part of the ear, a little shape, and then like maybe just a little line down there. Let's go over to this side. Right here, I'm kind of trying to even out my ears. So I started the ear about right even with the eye. So we'll make the top part of the ear, then a middle part, and then again I'll make the lobe coming out, and then we're going to make a cheek on this side. And then we'll add some lines to it again. So now I'm pretty confident in my lines right now, so I'm going pretty dark. So I'm not following my own advice of going light. If you're doing this at home, you might still probably want to go really light in case you need to go back and erase. All right, now let's do a little. I'm going to make this guy have a small little chin down here. So I'm going to make a little my dad called it when we were young. We call that a butt chin when it has a little divot in the middle of it. I decided to add a butt chin. And then we're just going to connect these lines over to the chin. And then we'll add like the hint of a neck going off the page. And I'm going to add like the hint of like an Adam's apple right there. All right, so now we need to work on the hat. So I want to make a hat come up this way. And I'll make like a little bit of hair right there, even though I don't have hair. And then the hat's going to come right there. And then, let's see, now with the brim of the hat, it's going to kind of come down in front of the face. Down this way, in front of the eye, and then it's going to come up. And then way over here. And then it's going to go in front of the ear right there. And then we're going to make the top of the hat. So I'm going to make a little bit of the brim kind of following along this line. That, and then we're going to make the top part of the brim. So right here I'm just going to make a curved line that goes from here over to there, over to the other part of the brim, and then we'll just add like the top part of the hat kind of going off the page. I might just make a line right there, and then I'll make like a little oval. Maybe I'll add something to that later. So I got the gist of my face. The only thing I need is like a line right here for the side of the head. All right, not too bad. There's my scary face. It kind of looks like if you've ever seen the movies Ernest Goes to Camp, any of those old Ernest movies, I think he kind of looks like Ernest. That was unintentional. All right, now we're going to start working on the lettering of this. So I'm going to do an S. So I always start with a line S first. And I'm going to start to turn that into some kind of shape. Now, keep in mind, this is graffiti. So I'm not worried about making this look exactly like an S. It doesn't even have to look like an S, right? Because it's graffiti. I mean, I want people to be able to read this, but it doesn't have to be completely legible. So making this S kind of overlap. And I'm going to make the first letter quite a bit bigger than the rest of the letters. So I don't know if you can tell that's an S, but that is an S. Then I need to start making the 3D elements of the letters. So now I need to decide which direction are the letters going to go in. So I think I'm going to make them go down and to the left. So that means you'd be able to see the left side of the letters and the bottoms of the letters. So we're going to do a little 3D. So what I do is I try to find the corners, right? The corners of... and with round letters, you don't have corners, so you have to kind of guesstimate. And then I need to make a line going down at an angle in all of these corners, okay? Right? So I'm making all my lines go down from the corners and to the left. So there's going to be a lot of overlapping. All right, now we're going to start connecting those lines. Sharpen my pencil here. So now I am going to follow parallel with the side of whatever letter I'm doing. So you can see the left side of each letter and you can see the bottom. So right here, this is going to just kind of go over to that part of the S. That's it. This part is going to connect right there like that. And then I can go back in and erase these lines inside that can be kind of confusing. But I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I'll do that later. For now, I'm just going to do the curved lines. So now I got to kind of follow the bottom of this letter. All right, and then we erase that. Now, the insides of the S, you would be able to see the left side. So that would mean the left side of this space, and the bottom. So that would mean the bottom of here. So I would just add a little shape kind of like that. There's the bottom, there's the left side. This is something that just takes practice. My next step after this is I am going to take a permanent black marker, either a paint marker. I'm probably going to use an ultra fine point Sharpie, and we're just going to go ahead and trace everything with a black marker. Once I'm done with that, we'll come back and I will show you how I start to add color to my drawings.